Hi, this is Ferre with TaxSaleSupport.com. I'm here with Stephen Swenson for another Deal of the Week video here for April of 2020.
Yeah, exactly. The online auctions are still taking place and going strong. And today we're going to talk about an online auction happening in California.
Yeah, now California is a tax deed state, and what that means is that state law sets a redemption period, essentially, that property owners have before they risk losing their property to foreclosure. And in the state of California, that time period is 5 years. So property owners have got a while before they can actually lose it to foreclosure. 5 full years.
Yeah, exactly. And so what's going to happen is the bidding is going to start at the delinquent taxes, any penalties and fees. Now, the county is going to hold both live and online auctions, and they don't hold over the counter. So what they do in place of over the counter is they will do what's called a resale.
Yeah, they'll basically hold subsequent sales and maybe lower the price. If they hold enough sales, they may even offer properties starting out at a low amount. So in a way, they're willing to accept less than taxes owed in some cases if they have, several subsequent sales.
Yeah, that's a good point. Now, the auction that we're going to go over today is in Imperial County, California. It's going to be happening on the 17th through the 20th on bidforassets.com.
Yeah, which is an online auction service that's pretty easy to use here. So if you know anything about this area, it is actually right there next to kind of the desert and the sand dunes area, I believe.
Yeah. This isn't necessarily the most sexy property in the world, but we wanted to show you guys it because these are properties starting at an opening bid of $150 in this case.
Yeah.
Now, you aren't necessarily going to probably build your dream home there, but these type of properties do have some value and can be worth looking into, especially at such a low opening bid cost.
Yeah, so we can see that this property here, while opening up at $150, has an assessed value of almost $7,000.
Yeah, so, not bad, especially if you're looking at $150 opening bid. We can see the address down there. So we've got an actual address to be able to find the property and look more into it.
Yeah, and this is a page from the Bid for Assets, auction information page here that we're getting from it, which we can use to find additional information on the property.
Yeah. So this here is just the second property, another example. With the $150 opening bid, has an assessed value of $4,000. But, I was noticing that there are homes within this area, and I noticed that certain areas in here, and I didn't spend a lot of time looking, but certain areas had higher prices and sold values and comps than other areas.
Yeah.
And so even if the assessed value may not be a little bit lower in this one might actually have a higher market value than maybe one of the other properties.
Yeah, we can see here more of the information here about the property. And the value from the bid for assets information. These also probably have a higher likelihood of going to the auction, especially being land like this. Land sometimes has a higher chance of going to the tax sale than let's say sometimes improved properties do, because people are trying to prevent that foreclosure right before it happens.
Yeah, well, and with this being a resale, I'm going to bet that almost every one of these properties end up sticking because they're opening at $150. It's no longer the back taxes. So there's probably thousands of dollars of back taxes on this property, but they're trying to get them into new property owner hands. So this one listing at $150.
Yeah, it's almost like a giveaway price in the beginning.
Worth $5,000. It could, and you can see that there are other homes within the area, so it's not just its own lot out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's true. And all real estate, I think, has value, especially the stuff that actually is usable. And here we can see the actual record here on this property.
Yeah, you can see up there in the top right-hand corner where it says click here for deposit instructions. That's where you go ahead and do that, put in the deposit, and then get registered for this auction. But even though each one of these lots does have an actual address, or at least a lot of them did, so it's pretty easy to find the location.
Yeah. Here we actually have a thin lot that is set up there. It's a mobile home with land. And so the opening bid on it is about $1,350, but it has an assessed value of about $36,000.
Yeah, just over $1,300. Assessed value of $36,000. There again, we have the property address. We can look a little bit more into. We can see the difference between the improvement value, the land value, and
Yeah, personal property value. That's interesting how they got that listed.
Yeah, and so here are just a few more, details on the property. We can say the map, at least where the actual lot is.
Yeah, we can see.
Skinny little trailer lot.
Yeah, it is. It's a skinny little trailer lot. There's some others there around it. For the trailers, though, it apparently, we can see that it works.
Yeah.
It's fenced off, too.
As far as the value, I just kind of looked at this zip code to see what was the very cheapest property for sale within the area, that had its own property. And so you see that like kind of a camper trailer on its own lot starting at 10 and then going to 20, 34, kind of going up from there. So we would definitely do a lot more research into the property before buying it, but it is, again, starting at a $1,300 opening bid.
Yeah, if you could basically buy one of these lots or anything like this and put a trailer on any of them, you can see that the value of it could go up quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. And so some of these properties, may allow for trailers, and that's one thing you could check into to see what type of building permits. And then you could bring a trailer onto one of these lots, and if there's water and power within the area, get that set up, and now you're selling it as a single-family dwelling.
Yeah, so this is California. We can get property starting even at $150 through this Imperial County sale on bid for assets starting on April 17th.
Yeah, and there's around 77 properties available, so there's a lot of different opportunities. Most of them, in fact, all of them, I think the highest amount is a couple $1,000s as far as the opening bid amounts. So these are all cheaper type properties.
Yeah, so an interesting one to take a look at. If you'd like more information like this, you can get that on our membership in our membership program on taxsalesupport.com.
Yeah, absolutely. We offer through the membership, you're going to get access to all of our list, our training, our weekly webinars, everything that's included with the membership program.
Yeah, so thank you so much for taking the time to spend here and watch this video. Be sure to subscribe if you haven't yet.
Yep, and hit our like button if you enjoy the videos. Thanks again.
We'll see you.